Really, really sad day in the city of Provo, Utah today as BYU star and wide receiver Parker Kingston is arrested. This is Newbie Sports. I wish I had a more happy video to talk about today, but news broke just a couple hours ago that Parker Kingston, wide receiver for the Cougars and the leading receiver this season, was just arrested and charged with first-degree SA. And I have to YouTubeify the charges, so there's that. But yeah, he's currently being held without bail in Washington County, and in my opinion, because this is news is breaking much different than it did with Retzlaff's situation, and he is formally arrested and he's being held without bail. I don't think there's much chance that this didn't happen. And that it's really gross and it's really unfortunate, and it's just your heart breaks for the victim, and I'm incredibly disappointed. I'm so sad that this happened. I had a few thoughts though, and I chatted with a few different people about this case, and I just wanted to mention, in my opinion, this doesn't look like a case. I know there might be skepticism of like, oh, why didn't BYU say anything sooner? I don't think BYU knew. I don't think BYU was aware of this situation. And I don't think this is a situation where they were just like, oh, just let him play the year and we'll take care of it after. This is almost 2 months removed from the Pop-Tart Bowl. So I don't know that BYU even knew that there was an investigation going on until the beginning of this year at the earliest. So there's all of that situation. But I don't even know what to think with this situation, really. It's really fresh, and there's going to be more information that comes out. I am wondering what BYU knew when, but I don't think they knew at the time of the Pop-Tart Bowl. I don't think that they knew at that time. There seems to be enough distance between that game and now that there's some credibility to the notion that BYU was unaware of any investigation going on at the time of that game. So I don't think that they allowed him to play with an investigation into him going on. So there's that. And another reason, another key point with this is this investigation has been going on for almost a year. And one reason why I think that is because of, quite frankly, the fiasco that was the Jake Retzlaff situation last year. There's just, they don't want this to be a circus like that case was. So they got to make sure they got the right guy. And I think they did what they needed to do to make sure that they got the right guy. I don't know if it really needed a year in order to do that, but I'm not in law enforcement. I don't know how that works, really. I don't know what an appropriate timeline for an investigation of this kind is. I just think that the amount of time could be related to them making sure that they got the right guy. And yeah, I'm incredibly disappointed in this whole situation. I send my heartfelt condolences to the victim and to anyone who's involved in this situation in a negative way. You wrecked your life, buddy. You wrecked your life. And I'll have more happy videos to share in coming days about other things. But this is a tragic night. That's all I really can say about this, because that's all the information we really have. He's being held without bail, and he was arrested. The court case begins on Friday, so they are going at a fairly rapid pace. I don't think that there's any question that he did this, and you wrecked your life, man. I don't have anything more to say at this time. If I notice anything that I think is worth mentioning on this channel, I'll continue this story. But I just, as a representative of the Cougs, this is a massive story. I couldn't not say anything about it. Really disappointing day. Really sad day. Let justice be served. This has been Newbie Sports.